Hey, I'm Liz, and this is Pancakes Makes. Get comfy, and let's hang out for a bit. Welcome back to episode 7 of my Building Stardew Valley series. Today we'll be recreating the Wizard's Tower and Traveling Cart. The traveling merchant brings their cart to the Cindersap Forest on Fridays and Saturdays to sell items they smuggled from the Gotoro Empire. Somehow, this entire caravan is pulled by this dapper pig in a fez and glasses. He must be one strong pig. I'd love to know more about who the merchant is and how they acquire all these items, but there just isn't much in the game. Do you have any theories about the merchants and even the pigs' backstories? Share all your lore with me in the comments. To the southwest of the traveling cart is the Wizard's Tower where Rasmodius lives. Let's take a look inside to see what we'll be basing the Sims build on. There will be some light spoilers, so if you don't want any, feel free to skip ahead to the Sims stop-motion build. This is where Rasmodius spends pretty much all his time studying magical arts. Eventually, you can buy special farm buildings from this ledger over here. Back through the secret passage by the bookcases, you can travel to the basement. Down here is the Shrine of Illusions, where you can change certain things about your appearance and the appearance of your pet. There's also a warp rune down here that leads to the witch's hut. Now that we've checked out the tower and cart in Stardew Valley, let's see how these buildings got recreated in The Sims 4. I'm recreating Pelican Town in Brindleton Bay and am building on the Pupperstone Park lot here since it's bigger and has adjacent lots I'm using for other builds in Cindersap Forest. One I've already shared is Leah's cabin. I'll put a card for it here if you want to watch a neighboring build come together too. I built this before we got curved walls, so I made the tower octagonal. I think this works better anyway for a more easily decorated and livable space. I use this debug trailer as the base for the cart. To do this, you have to build 2 rooms on top of one another, delete the bottom room, then click the floating room and use the foundation adjustment point to lower it to the trailer's height. So the game actually considers this room to be on the 2nd level. You can use this trick to adjust your builds to custom heights without them being attached to a foundation. I included the traveling cart's iconic pig by sizing up a pig statue. To get it to look like it has a hat, I used a nutcracker by scaling it with the bracket key and raising it with a 9 key. The spandrels on the porch were glitching here, so I just covered those weird bits up by layering lanterns over them. Now you can't even tell there's any issues there. To make this look like a sales window, I placed a shelf for the customers outside, and inside I have a console with a sales ledger for the merchant. It's not actually functional, but it looks the part. Since this is a traveling cart, I wanted many of the features to seem built in, so they wouldn't shift around. I did this by using counters and cabinets on both sides of the space and even flanked the bed with them. Out back we have crates of the cart stock as well as items for the merchant to use while they're living here. There's a bubble area for them to blow off steam after work and an outdoor washing station. This side of the caravan is an outdoor living area. I really like the look of this debug campfire, but your Sims don't interact with it. If that bothers you, feel free to swap it for a functional one instead. I try to strike a balance between making the landscaping look wild, since this area in Stardew is a forest, while not making it look out of place in The Sims. This lot would definitely be right at home in Granite Falls or Glimmerbrook, but I'm using those worlds for other parts of my Stardew save. The main room of the Wizard's Tower has a huge cauldron and magical buildings book. I included both of those features here, with the addition of plenty of mystical clutter all around. In Stardew, the secret ladder to the basement is located in Rasmodius' library area, so I put one here behind these hidden bookcase doors. This gargoyle statue made a great stand-in for the Shrine of Illusions. I even put in a little bowl to place your offerings to the shrine. This glyph looks so similar to the teleportation rune that leads to the witch's hut, so I made sure to include it down here and place some spellcasting clutter around it. Perhaps from Rasmodius sealing it off, or maybe it's from him trying to open it back up. Rasmodius has a small but still quite lovely bedroom. He doesn't seem like the type to sleep too much though, so I kept it very simple. Back up to the main floor, on this side of the room we have a spellcasting circle and more magical oddities clutter. On the second floor we have the kitchen. With this being an octagonal tower with tall walls, it made for quite an interestingly shaped kitchen. I think I was able to lay it out in a way that flows well and makes sense for a functional kitchen. Though I think the wizard probably mostly uses this area for prepping and storing things for his cauldron and not cooking. This room on the side is mostly used as a sunroom for growing magical plants, but it also has a small dining area. Though I see Rasmodius as the kind of person who just scarfs down a few bites of something while they're working or studying, rather than sitting down for a proper meal. Each floor besides the first one has a bathroom, as I figured that'd be helpful in gameplay, so you're not having to go up and down ladders every time your sim needs to use the restroom. Going up to the third level, you enter the living room. I can see Rasmodius studying all through the night by the magical glow of this fireplace. He probably falls asleep reading up here more than he sleeps in his actual bed. This last room is a study with a computer. I picked out the oldest and quirkiest looking computer I had at the time, but if you have cottage living, replacing it with a typewriter that came in that pack would be a better fit. That's the whole build. I took my inspiration from Stardew Valley, but since there isn't any living space in the Wizard's Tower, and you can't even go inside the traveling cart, I was able to be more creative with how I wanted to translate these buildings into The Sims 4. Let me know if my interpretations match your visions of these areas in the comments. Now, let's take a look at how the wizard and merchant get on here in live mode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. I have plenty more builds in this series coming, so if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Remember, be kind to yourself today, and I'll see you next time.